Hi, hope you're doing well. Today I've got a really quick little tip for you that you can do in any DAW with stock plugins that's going to make your mix more dynamic and impactful when the chorus or the climax of the song comes in. And I think it's really important, and one of the key elements of mixing to me is creating mixes that are dynamic, that complement the song, rather than just creating a static mix where you put the faders in a good enough place for a loud bit and then leave it at that. I like to go through and automate every single track, whether that's volume automation or panning as well, to open up the stereo field at the chorus. And I was working on this mix yesterday and I came up with this idea of creating a parallel bass track that's really overly compressed, really consistent, kind of heavy bass. And it didn't suit the song in general. It only suited one or two particular parts where the song climaxes. This is quite a chilled out song. It's a really dynamic song. So I thought, you know what, I'll automate this in the chorus or in this breakdown so that it just brings in a lot more low end, a lot more of a kind of resonant, constant thud to the low end, as opposed to a dynamic, more kind of subtle bass sound, which is what I've got for the rest. So let's have a quick listen to this song first. I'll play you the intro so you can get a feel for the kind of style of music that it is, and then I'll skip to the bit I'm talking about. It's kind of comes under blues, country, rock. It's got a really chilled out vibe in the verses, quite a deep song, really kind of climactic as well. It builds a lot from the beginning of the verse to the climax of the song. So here's the beginning.
I guess it's time for that smoke, time for that last talk of you down under the bridge.
So you can hear a really nice acoustic guitar, really intimate sound with the vocalist. But then we get to these quite aggressive parts where the whole band comes in. Let's have a look here. And let's have a listen.
What more can I do?
Oh God, too many plugins going.
What more can I do? But now I'm back on my feet. No.
You can hear it goes back into quite a chilled out vibe. And you'll notice here I've got something called bass lows. And this is just the volume automation here, just kind of coming straight in there for this little section. Now this is what I wanted to show you, because all this is, if we take a look at the processing, I've cut out, it's literally just a send from the bass. So we can see the bass here, and I've got a send going to bass lows at 0 dB. So sending the whole track side chained off to bass low, which is over here. And then I've got on this parallel kind of processing aux track, I've cut out everything above 120, and that's because that's the lowest I can go with the Pro Tools EQ. And this means it's only bass, it's only stuff below 120. And I've also given it a high cut as well at 38, because I don't want too much below 38. I want it to be kind of tight bass, so I cut that out there as well. So now that all we've got is our bass kind of frequencies, I've then compressed them. You can see here 20:1 ratio, quite an aggressive compression. And of course you don't have to do this. I'm using Slate Digital plugins, but you could do it with a normal compressor. You can see here as well, I've got cutting out some of the highs there just in case anything slipped through. I've got another low lift, boosting the bass a bit with this little EQ here. Using the FG Bomber, which is again another compressor. I've got another compressor here, another one here, 20:1. And then finally I'm using the Pro Tools compressor here as a limiter to really make sure that it has no variation in dynamics, and just using 4 or 5 in a row means that I've really squashed it. So let's have a listen to that bass track soloed. You can hear it doesn't vary in dynamics at all, as squashed as possible, just so that it's kind of a constant drone. And then what I'd do is I'd bring this in underneath the bass. Sometimes if you've got quite an energetic song, you can actually have something like this going the whole way through, and that just provides a really nice bed of bass underneath the song. And then you still have the dynamics of the main bass track varying kind of the feel, and then you've just got this parallel bass track sitting underneath providing those constant lows. But in this song that doesn't really work. As you can hear, it's quite chilled out during the verses, so that's why I've only brought it in this part. So let's have a listen to how it sounds with the bass. I'll bring the volume up quite high so you can hear it with the parallel track, and then I'll drop it down on the second playthrough so you can hear how the bass sounds on its own. So first of all, with the low parallel bass track in. And obviously that's far too loud. I just wanted to exaggerate so you can hear the difference that it makes. This is without it. And then the kind of level that we want it. So you can hear it just beefs it up a bit, and what this is doing is in this section here, it makes a lot more energetic. It means it goes from having a slightly thinner verse and a thinner kind of pre-chorus into having a really fat, full sound. So let's have a listen on the build-up and then listen through to when that comes in.
Here we go again. I'm gonna lose my mind, just like you said. I'm gonna lose you. What more can I do? What more can I do? But now,
so you can hear it's quite subtle, but it just makes that section there have a lot more impact. And then I've brought it back in for the last chorus here.
here we go again. I'm gonna lose my mind.
So again, just tightens that up a bit, makes it a bit beefier. Same again here. So that's just coming in and out throughout the track. And that's something you can do really easily. If you're just using stock plugins, instead of using the Slate ones, just, chuck on 3 or 4 stock compressors in a row. The important bit is to cut out everything but the bass, and then just bring it into taste, have it go in the whole way song, or automate the volume of it. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I've been Rob Mazes, teacher over at homestudiocentre.com. Head over there if you want to get better at home recording. And this track is from Daniel Greenwood, absolutely brilliant guitarist and songwriter and vocalist. I actually played bass on this too, and this is from a session that we did at Octopus Studios a few months ago, just a short EP. And you can find out more about Daniel Greenwood over at danielgreenwood.co.uk. So, see you soon.